Engineer James Okore, the Director of James Okore Technical Institute. I welcome you all to this powerful practical video on automatic changeover switch. Now, in this channel, we'll be learning how to build a single-phase automatic changeover switch that can switch between 4 different power supplies. I love that. 4 different power supplies. So looking at it very well, you will see that we have already done the diagram. This is the diagram of this powerful automatic changeover switch. This is single-phase automatic changeover switch that can switch between 4 different power supplies. Looking at it very well, we use 6 different contactors to build this kind of automatic changeover. We use 6 contactors as well as 3 different pin relays. Alright, looking at you, see that this is our contactor 1, which we are using for the utility. This is utility supply. This is contactor 2, which we are using for the inverter. This is inverter supply. This is contactor 3, which we are using for the interlock. This is contactor 4, which serves as interlock as well. And this is contactor 5, which we are using for generator supply. This is generator 1 supply. This is contactor 6, which we are using for generator 2 supply. Meaning that we are having 4 different kinds of power supplies. We have utility supply, which is number 1. We have inverter supply, which is number 2. We have the generator 1 supply, which is number 3. We have the generator 4 supply, which is number 4. Now, this automatic changeover switch can work with any kind of power supply, just that is working with 4 different power supplies. Now, looking at this very well, you see that this is pin relay 1. Now, you can use 8 pin relay, you can use 11 pin relay, but make sure that the pin relay you are using has normally closed and normally open. Now, this is the pin relay 2, which we are using, and this is the pin relay 3, which we are using. So, this is the output that is going to your house. This is where you connect the distribution board of your house. The output to your house, this is where it comes from. So, looking at it, you see that the diagram is well explained. Now, we are going to learn how to practically build this. Now, looking at this, you see that we have arranged the components. These are the components that we'll be using to build this powerful practical training, automatic changeover switch training. Now, looking at it, you see that we have 6 contactors already arranged. Contactor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And looking at it, you see that we have 3 pin relays. This is pin relay 1, pin relay 2, pin relay 3 arranged to for us to use to build this this automatic changeover switch. So looking at it very well, everything is set. What is remaining now is for us to start the practical. Now follow me as we start the practical of this diagram. Alright, so looking at it now, you see that we have already done the diagram. This is the utility supply diagram. Okay, so looking at this utility supply, you see that power, the life and neutral of this utility supply, which is the single phase utility supply, comes to L1 and L2 of the contactor. And from L1, supply goes to terminal number 2 of the pin relay. And from 2, it goes to terminal number 1 of the same pin relay. So let's go ahead and connect this live and neutral to the L1 and L2, as well as to connect this L1 to what? To terminal number 2 of the pin relay. So let's go ahead and do the connection. So looking at this now, you see that we are using this contactor as our contactor 1, which is being used for utility supply. So we are connecting to this utility supply now. So we have to connect to this L1, L2, and from here we connect to pin relay. So let's go ahead and do the connection. Diagram now, looking at this now, you see that we have connected to L1 to 2 of the pin relay, and from 2 of the pin relay we connect to the 1 of the pin relay. Now looking at the diagram very well, you see that the L2, which is the neutral supply of the utility source, connects to L2. From L2, it connects to terminal number 7 of the pin relay, and from terminal number 7 of the pin relay, the same wire connects to what? A2 of the coil of this contactor 1, which is the utility contactor. So let's go ahead and do the connection. So we are connecting this neutral wire to L2. From this L2, we connect to terminal number 7 of the pin relay, as well as the terminal number A2 of this contactor 1 of the utility contactor. So let's go ahead and do the connection. Alright, so we have connected from the L2 to the terminal number 7 of the pin relay, and from there we have connected to the A2 of the utility contactor. So let's see that on this diagram again, you will see that the terminal number 3 of this pin relay connects to A1 of this contactor coil. This is contactor 1 coil, which is the utility contactor. So we are going to connect the terminal number 3. This is the terminal number 3 of the pin relay here. So we are going to connect this terminal number 3 of the pin relay to terminal number A1 of the contactor of the utility, which is this down here. So after connecting it now, okay, so after connecting this now, just like this, you will see that we are going to connect again the terminal number. We are going to start from this inverter supply again. We are going to connect the live and neutral of this inverter supply. We are going to connect it to L1 and L2 of this contactor 2, which is the inverter contactor respectively. The live and neutral source, we are going to connect to L1 and L2. And from L1 of this inverter supply, if you see that wire goes to terminal number 8, A1. Alright, so let's go ahead and connect to supply of the inverter. This is our inverter contactor, which is contactor 2. So we are going to connect the live and neutral of this supply of the inverter source. We are going to connect it to the L1 and L2, and from the L1 and L2, or from the L1 of the contactor of inverter contactor as shown on the diagram, you see that it's connected to terminal number 8 of the pin relay 1. This is the 8th terminal. This is the terminal number 8 of this pin relay 1, and you see that on the diagram again, you look at it, you see that terminal number 5 of this pin relay 1 connects to A1 of this coil of contactor 2, which is the inverter contactor. So let's go ahead and connect it on the diagram on the component. So you see that this is the terminal number 5 of this pin relay, according to the diagram, the terminal number 5 of the pin relay, and is connected to terminal number A1 of this contactor 2, which is the inverter contactor. Alright, so looking at the diagram very well, you see that the neutral source from the L2 of this contactor 2, which is the inverter contactor, connects directly to A2 of this contactor 2. So we are going to connect the terminal of this inverter supply contactor, which is terminal number L2, which is the neutral supply source. So we are going to connect this to terminal number A2 of the contactor. Okay, this is terminal number A2 of this contactor. So we are going to connect this to this. So let's go ahead and connect it.